Okay, so we're back with another episode of Bare
Bare
Naked
naked combos.
Convos, and we got some random questions again. So our last episode was we picked from the cards that we have, and these we made up ourselves. So I went first last time. She's gonna go first today.
Now I'm going first.
So we haven't seen our questions. Is your mic on? Okay.
So, question number one is, what decade do you feel you most belong in?
Oh, that's easy. The 80s. I love the 80s. Everything 80s. The music, movies, the technology that was coming up at that time. It was everything was amazing in the 80s. The music was especially great, especially the late 80s. I say 86 to 89 was probably the best music years ever.
It was only just the music. That was pretty much it.
Everything, the movies. There, I don't see any movies like they made in the 80s now. Like that was shit. The 80s was the best. How about you?
I had like a really hard time between the 80s and the 70s. I really did. I was really like bouncing back and forth. I mean, I'm music, but then I like the 80s because that's when a lot of the things started coming out. A lot of good, like you said, movies, things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, some of the technology like that started up whenever they were doing that. I just felt like, and the 70s for me was just it was a lot of the music. I
You
think.
weren't even born in the 70s, though.
Zip it. Did anybody ask you?
So you just like the what do you like about the 70s? The
It's
style
the
or
style, yeah, like
the
back in.
bell bottoms and stuff?
Yeah, like I loved
Yeah.
it. Like even whenever I was growing up, like 90s, 2000s, like that was my thing. It
You
was,
would dress like the 70s?
yeah, like I loved the bell bottom pants. Like I loved them. I don't know
Mm.
why.
I don't really I mean I was born in 75, but I don't like anything about the 70s. Not even the music wasn't that good either.
Mm. Okay,
Okay.
your question.
Okay.
Go from
How
the top.
fast how fast is too fast when it comes to relationships?
Mm. Cool. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Um, to me, I'm old fashioned. I don't know why. I just don't feel like we have to jump, jump, jump for everything. Like that's how a lot of relationships are. They jump. I mean, they're talking 1 minute, they're moving, they're I don't. There's just so many things. I feel like that's too much. Like I feel like you should get to know the person, like really know the person, like run into it, mad, upset, everything all at once before you decide to be like, okay, I really, really want to invest myself into this
Yeah.
person. I just feel like it's too
I
much.
think you need to be dating at least for 3 years before you
You think
jump into like a
like
lifetime relationship.
a committed? I mean, it's that.
Well, you're gonna be committed those 3 years, but you know,
But to actually make like an actual relationship, how long do you think that should be? Not a committed one, a relationship.
I mean, it depends. A relationship starts on the first day you
Start talking.
start talking. I think, right?
I mean,
I mean, like
that stages
not
are.
not talking, but there's I don't know. You'll know. It's no like when it's y'all are in a relationship. You're not just say, "Oh, today we're in a relationship." Like when you are. But I'm saying, like, if you believe in marriage and all that, I don't. I think you should take at least 3 years before you jump into
Yeah, I give it like 3 to 5.
moving a house, buying a house together, moving in together.
3 to 5.
It should be at least 3 years. Yeah, three to
I
five
say
is
three
good.
to five. That was a good question.
Hmm.
Really good question. What type of legacy do you want to leave or carry before your time is up?
Legacy. I think I would want to leave just a legacy of taking risks. Like I want to be known for that. Like, this dude, he had the balls to do this. Like damn, risk taker. That I want that.
That's good. To me, I think my legacy would be just to always go after what you want. Like no matter what. I mean, don't think about the bad, don't think about the good. Just
Was taking a risk.
yeah. I mean, well, not the risk, but I mean,
Well, it
just
is a risk. If
well,
you,
yeah, if you really think about it. But I just feel like people always have something stopping them. They're always finding something
yeah,
in that way. But
society stops you from a lot of things.
so I feel like I want to be that where you, no matter what, even if you do run into life, that you still keep continuing. Like don't give that up.
Hmm. Okay. In moments of self doubt or adversity, what keeps you going? When you're at your lowest, what keeps you going?
When I'm at my lowest, pretty much my circle, and I always like think back to what they say, in those moments when you hear your friends or your kids or your loved ones telling you something, like you keep that in the back of your mind and you always bring it from forefront and you're always thinking about that. And so that's what keeps me going.
Mm.
And hearing like some affirmations from time to time, that kind of helps me a little bit, like me looking forward to that. Yeah.
Me, I think it's having been through this journey of personal growth and self work. I know that you have to go, in order to go up a level, you're going to face a disaster or a setback. And now I take it like it still sucks. Don't get me wrong, it sucks. And there's a lot of tears and stuff. But deep down, I know that it's not going to last forever. And there's always another, like, you're going to come up later. So that's what keeps me going. The fact that I know that this era, whatever, it's not going to last forever.
Your uphill battle's coming, right?
The what?
Your uphill to your battle is coming.
Yeah. Yeah. Just you're going to have to face, to grow, you're going to have to face adversity. So,
It's a good one.
mhm.
You really are trying to get technical today. Okay. If you had to sing a karaoke song right now, what song would it be? And you must know all the words to the song.
It'd probably be a Beatles song.
Which one?
Here Comes the Sun, or uh, I don't know, that probably that one, or A Hard Day's Night. It's been a hard day. Yeah, probably Beatles song.
I was bouncing back and forth. Okay, so Selena's song that I have is "Dreaming of You." That's one of my songs. Like I could
You
in a
can sing
heartbeat,
it.
like in a heartbeat. There's a lot of other songs, but a song that I would really like to sing, and I do know all the words. Like that would be one of my songs. Yeah.
You want to sing it for us?
No, don't even dare.
Okay, it's my turn, right?
Yes.
How different would your life be if we had never met?
Mm, it would be different for sure. Um, it would depend. I don't know. I don't know how to come. I don't know how to answer that question. That's hard.
I know it was kind of
That
difficult, but
yeah, because
I mean,
it's
I don't know. It's because I'm
we
totally different person
yeah.
from then to now. So
I wonder if I like. Sometimes I think like, could I have stayed that person? Like, could I have kept going to be that person? Like, would I have gotten in trouble? Would something have happened? Like,
Yeah,
like I always think about that. Or maybe I would have changed and I could have been something else. Like,
yeah,
I mean, yeah, there is some good and bad, when you think about it, but it would be totally not what we are now, if that's what you're asking.
right. It's interesting to know to think about it, but I really couldn't really answer it either. I know it would be different, but I guess I don't know. That's something to ponder on later, like later on, or on a deeper level because like just right now it's kind of
I mean, you when you think about it, like you wonder, like, would you still be like okay, like how your mental health would be, how would be,
I think mine would be like emotionally I would be different because like I'm able to express my emotions now.
but back then you
I
couldn't.
couldn't. I really couldn't.
You kind
No,
of
I would.
suppressed it.
Yeah, I was holding everything in, and now it's like,
I
um,
would, I probably still, I know this sounds ugly, but I'd probably still be the person like always having a reason to like cut you at your throat with words and not wanting to give the other person a chance to talk. Like I'm real quick to cut you off and just and let it be done. Like I know I'd probably still be that. I don't know until somebody recognized it, but yeah. Um, what is the first thing you notice when you meet someone?
oof, that's a good question. Like someone, just like casually or meeting someone as a, like say where am I meeting this person or like are you introducing me to that person to a friend
No,
or I
you
just
just meeting somebody just out,
like any person.
any person. I'm not asking for like to meet somebody like for date wise. I'm talking just in general. Like who when you meet somebody for the first time, what do you notice? What do you look at or what are you paying attention to?
Just their if they're genuine, because you run into a lot of people that are ready to size you up, like to me it's how sincere they are, like how real they are, and it's like you can feel their energy too, um so yeah, I mean I don't just to they're genuine. That's what I
I pay
try to.
that. I was thinking about it on how to say it. So me, I'm the type of person I go off by energy. Like if I
Hmm.
meet you and you just have this like sorry attitude, like I'm like, nope, I'm good. If I meet somebody and who's like kind of upbeat a little bit, has a really good energy, I'm, I'm there.
Yeah,
I don't
let
know.
me grab a.
But I just feel like a lot of people were looking at something else. I thought you would have I thought you would have been saying like their clothes or something like that. Like
No, you think I'm superficial like that or
I
what?
didn't say you were superficial. I just thought that that would be one of your answers, but
No.
so
Okay, next question. Would you rather love be with okay, no, never mind. Would you rather love someone who will never love you back or be loved by someone you can never love?
I'd rather love someone and not have nothing back.
Would you rather love someone who Okay.
Hmm.
Yeah, me too. Like I feel like us giving your love is healthier for you than receiving love.
And that's like I think me and you, that's kind of like our love language, like
Hmm.
big time, is us like giving. We're always trying to give, and I mean, if it could be from food to a compliment or to saying something, that's kind of how we are. And so I feel like
Yeah.
if you're wanting to be loved, there's some people who are like that. They want to be loved.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like they really want that connection. Like they really want to
Right.
feel it. But to me, I just feel like I would rather love somebody and not feel nothing back because I'm not expecting that in return. Like I
Yeah.
really wouldn't want that in
It's
return.
like I look at it like this. Like a lot of people, and I used to be like this. Say you go to a store, restaurant, whatever, an establishment, and you open the door for someone, and they don't say thank you, and you get mad, or people get mad, like they say you're welcome, or but that person didn't tell you to freaking open that door for them.
Yeah.
You know, it's like so you will say, well, I'm gonna open the door for anyone, but to me, like that's hurting yourself because if it's in your heart, if you're a good person, you're gonna hold that door open even if they don't say thank you. So to me, I'm that person. If I were to be a jerk and not hold the door for this person that's coming behind me because someone didn't do it for me, like I that's the in my conscience, like that messes me up. Like I will be affected by that, not that person. So I'll open that door, and you don't even have to say thank you. That's like we've worked. Us both have worked on each other like big time,
Mm-hmm.
mentally and stuff like that. And that's one thing that I've come up with. Like I will love someone, and you don't even have to love me back. It's I'm the one that loves you. I'm the one that feels like this. You don't have to feel the same way I do. And if I'm gonna be selfish and say, well, I'm not gonna love you because you don't love me, that all that I'm doing is hurting myself, not the other person. You're hurting yourself.
Yeah.
So
And I feel people are expected, like, you know, like especially like when you're in a relationship, like they were expecting, they want this expectation of what you're gonna do for them and things like that. Like if that's what you're wanting, then you have to really, really find somebody who's like wants the same attention and need as you do. Like that's kind
yeah.
of hard. I don't know. I just don't feel like that's right, but
Hmm.
some people are that way. Is it your turn or my turn? Oh my gosh, I don't want to do this one. Only reason why I did it is because I laugh at how you do it. What is your favorite movie quote?
My favorite movie quote.
Mm-hmm.
The Karate Kid is my favorite movie. And I was telling her and my son, um, there's a part in the movie where I think it's Daniel's first day at school, right? After he
Yeah, he
gets
comes
beats up,
back.
yeah, he
Yeah.
gets beat up at the beach by Johnny because of Allie, right? And then so the next day he goes to school and they're playing soccer, and Bobby, I think Bobby trips him, and Daniel comes back and hits him, and the coach pulls him off, and he says, "Get out! You're out of here! You're off the team or whatever." And then Daniel says, "This goal sucks, man. It sucks." So my thing is every time I don't know for some reason, like if I say something sucks, like damn this sucks, that's the first in that voice I'll say this sucks, man. It sucks. And or I'll when I tell her this sucks, she'll say it, just say it, and
Just
she knows
finish it. Just finish it. There's no point.
it sucks, man. It sucks. Yeah.
I can't even get out of head. Uh, Mine would be I'm a material girl in a material world, and that's from The Wedding Singer. Like he's like fighting so hard to be this other individual, trying so hard.
That's a Madonna song too.
Yeah, that's what he was thinking because he was trying to
Uh,
remember it. But he was talking about. And then I showed you when I let you watch the movie where he's all trying to be this better person than just a wedding singer. He's trying to have a business life, is what he says. So he's trying to make
Yeah.
his life better.
Okay. My turn, right? Yeah.
Yes. One of the last questions.
Last.
Or you're on. Well, mine.
I still have 3 questions left.
There's 7 questions. You said only 7.
Yeah, I've
I
asked
have one
four.
more.
I've asked 4 questions and I still have 3 more.
Mm-mm.
I mark them out right here. Okay, anyways.
Oh, I skipped a question. Sorry.
What what is one thing about you that you will never ever change? Never.
Mm. My thing I would probably never change would be my way when I let people come to talk to me. I'm a no judgment. Like, if you're upset and you want to talk to me, ask me for advice. If you know you're not in the wrong or in the wrong, I don't think I would never change that. I would tell you both sides of the story. I would tell you both views coming from me. And I
Let the
would,
pros and the cons of your
yeah, I would give
attitude.
you both and you decide from there. And I would never, like, any of my friends, like any of the people like I've ever talked to, even you, like you've told me things, I've never been the type of person to be like, oh, well, you're messed up, or you shouldn't have done, like, we have all done wrong. We are all humans. We make mistakes. So I feel like there should be some kind of foundation for stuff like that. And you always have those friends that you can go to regardless whether you've done right or wrong. And that's
Hmm.
one thing I will not change about me.
Me, one thing I'll never change is wanting to learn and questioning everything. I question everything, and that gets me in a lot of trouble.
Yes,
A lot of
it
trouble.
does.
um, but I mean, I've lost friends, family. I've been fired from jobs because of this, and I do not regret it. I will question if I see something that's not right, and with my morals, my just the way I feel that it should be, and I know they're screwing me over or someone else over, even if it's someone else, I'm gonna question everything, and yeah, it'll get me in trouble, but I don't care. That's one thing I will never change about me.
Mm-mm. I did. I skipped a question. I can't believe I
Yeah,
skipped
mark
it.
them out because
No, I just had that one. I just didn't. I didn't mark it out. I skipped it.
okay.
What is your motivation or drive these days?
Me, my right now is just wanting to travel. Like that's what keeps me going. Like I have a lot of plans to travel to countries that most people have never even heard of. So that's like my motivation right now.
I mean, that's one of them. But I think if my top one would be is just getting to the point where I am at my dream job. I think that's where I'm at right now. Yeah, of where I'm wanting to be at. Like
Mm.
that's my motivation. But if I could say that would be, but travel would probably be the next. Like, yeah, that's
Are
up
you
there.
doing something to get to that dream job?
Yes.
Are you taking action towards that?
Yes, I
Yeah.
am.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So these two are pretty deep. These two questions.
Uh-uh.
What are you most proud of about your children? She has 3 kids. I have 4. So what? Each child, what are you proud of?
Each one of them?
Each one of them.
uh so my oldest I would be proud of because what was it? It's been what, 2 years? So 2 years ago he had like a really rough patch that he thought, of course, any other teenager would, is wanting to do whatever he wanted to do. And I'm kind of glad, like, I'm not glad that, we had to go through that, but now he's just so much better. Like, I literally would be sick for days. I don't think I ever let him know that, but there was days that I was worried like something was going to happen to him, or he wasn't going to like make it through school. Like that was my scary thing. But I think going through that has made him be a good adult right now. I mean, he's so good right now. Like still continuing school, still, he's working a good job. He's pretty much done everything on his own, what we would want him to be.
Mm-hmm.
Aiden, oh man, Aiden's ooh. I'm proud of him because he's so motivated and motivate. I mean, I don't care what stops him. He's relentless. I will say that. And I cannot thank him enough. But he gives you the ultimate truth, and that's I don't have at points, and he's the one who kind of sets me straight at points. Serenity, she's so smart, and she's so girly. She's the opposite of me. So to experience that, and so I guess she gets that wanting to drive to learn more from me. I'm proud of her because of that, and for keeping up, even though just recently she wanted to give up, and she still kept going, which is good. So yeah.
Cool. I think me, my oldest son, I am proud of him because he's like he's a good dad. He's a good dad, and he has a young child, and I don't know. He's real quiet. My oldest son is real quiet. He's very respectful. I'm proud of him because just the way he carries himself and the way he treats his little boy, my grandson. I'm proud of him because of that. My second son, he's he'll. I'm proud of him because he's more like me in my younger days, but then he's also like very sensitive. So he'll call me every once in a while, and he'll open up to me, break down. And I wish at that age I could have done that with someone, but I held all that in, and it's not good. It's not good because it's like a powder keg. You just explode, But he's um he's sensitive, and he's just not scared to tell me and to let all his emotions out. So I'm proud of him because of that. My third son, David, he's a senior this year. He's like the little rebel, He's that teenager that thinks dads are full of crap and stuff, But he'll call me every once in a while and we'll talk. He's kind of like my second oldest, Thomas. He's a little opening up a little bit more, and he's not scared to be himself. I think just the way his style, his everything about him. He's funny. He's cool. I like. And then David, my senior. He's the one that really has traveled with me almost everywhere I've gone. So he's been to other countries, and he has that mind. It's not
Mm-hmm.
just here.
Yeah.
Um, my last one, Antonio. He's something else. He's funny. That kid is so smart. Damn, he draws really good. He edits. He has a YouTube. He edits all his videos. He created some video game, and he just goes on and on. He can talk, man. That kid can talk, and his imagination is so wild. Like it's today. I was with him earlier today, and he was talking about Gravity Falls, that cartoon, and Bill Cipher, and oh, they should do this, and he was just going on, and I was like, man, this pretty like, how does he even come up with that stuff? About
You.
different dimensions and all that
You.
stuff. Like, yeah,
He's you.
that was pretty cool. But yeah, I'm proud of all my kids. You have another question?
I have one more. This is
Okay.
my last question. What does love mean to you?
Love mean to me just being able to be yourself, being able to express yourself, and being, yeah, that's what love to me. That's love for that other person to let you be yourself.
Do you feel like I've allowed you to do that?
Yeah. Hmm. Definitely.
I think love to me is just being equal. I mean, yeah, there's going to be days that you're not going to be equal at some point, but I
Equal,
just
like,
equal like towards one another. Like, meaning, like, if we, like, okay, like, for example, like, we did this, like, we wanted to start this podcast,
mhm.
and the investment of us both doing it, like, we both came together and we both, like, put our part into it. Like, be it, like, so pretty much as you're wanting to be in this relationship, like I need to be able to show that I want to be in this relationship.
But just because I want something doesn't mean you have to
And
do
well,
it
and
too.
yeah, but for the most part, if we're doing this, you know what I mean? That love has to be, equal, you know, at some point. It doesn't always have to be like I said, but I'm just saying that's just something that I feel. But no matter what, to me, I just feel like if we're going to love somebody, we're going to love them fully. Bad, good, whatever. We have to take it all. I mean, that's just the
Yeah.
point. I mean, and a lot of people are like, "Oh, I love you, but I don't like this," or "I love you, but I."
Well, you can't love everything about someone.
Well, this is my thing, but if you think about it, if you didn't, then you don't accept the person fully. You're gonna have to take all of that with you.
No, I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No, you don't
Is
have
this
to
something we're
love
gonna argue
everything.
about? Is this what we're gonna
We
argue about
probably
today?
need another podcast, another episode just on
You're
this
trying to
topic.
go deep into it. You're
Yeah,
we're
because
only on the superficial layer. Stop trying to go deep,
okay,
okay? We're
okay,
trying to do the superficial part.
okay,
We're not trying to
okay.
get deep.
Maybe we can go
But I
deeper
just say
later.
like the same thing. Like, yeah, I don't expect nothing back from you to a certain extent. Yes. But when you love somebody and you love them fully, I just feel like the love is fully there, open, and you have to be willing to take that person with everything, good or bad.
Okay.
Don't even
All right.
dare. Don't even dare.
Okay, here's a big question right here, and it's a pretty good one, I think. Okay, so I just wrote it down, all this down. So
How many
both
cards?
of us have been married and have been through some awful stuff with our exes,
Mm-hmm.
but we have also worked on ourselves mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and physically. And I feel that we are in a good spot in our lives to express our true feelings. So, that being said, what is one thing that you really appreciate about your ex, and have you told him that he is appreciated for that one thing?
That's a good question. Comes back to the judgment thing. If I could literally say one thing, I didn't grow up in the best place, and growing up until I graduated, I didn't. And I think if that's one thing I could appreciate, he didn't ever like sit there and at any point in time that we've ever had an argument that was brought up, or like how people try to hurt you with your past and things
Mm-hmm.
like that. That's one thing I could say I would appreciate him. That would be that he didn't ever bring that up. Like, it was just more like here, like front base, if I could say that. Yeah, that would probably be one thing.
Me or my last wife, I think what I appreciate about her is, like I always say, that I would never have become a nurse. Oh, I would never gone to nursing school if that inmate had never encouraged me to go to nursing school. But what I haven't said is, when I finished nursing school, you have to test for the state board, and I didn't pass it the first time. So back then, I don't know how it is now, but back then you had 3 years to take it. So I flunked it, and right after that, like maybe a week later or 2 weeks, whatever, I got divorced from my first wife. And I had already flunked my test, so I didn't care. I just wanted to party. Um, my cousin got out of the Navy. We lived with my uncle. We all we did was party, and that's all we did: party, party, party. So I met my second wife. We got together, and on the third year, it was time. My time was going to be up to take the state board, and she would always tell me, "You need to take that test." And I was thinking, I did not pass the test right out of nursing school. What makes you think I'm going to pass it 3 years later? Like, there's no freaking way. And she's like, okay, so you need to try it. And she was always on my ass to do it. I finally, like a month before I started studying, I still had all my notes from 3 years, the previous 3 years. I still had all my notes. She's a nurse, so we would study together, and I passed the state board 3 years after nursing school. So I was like, what the hell, that was crazy. But I would have never even attempted it if she wouldn't have pushed me. And so I really appreciate that she pushed me to and helped me study. And also, like, she freaking works hard. Like, I don't know, that's crazy. You know her, she freaking works day and freaking night. And that set the tone for me as a nurse. Like, the way the patients are treated, because she trained me at my first job. I worked with her, and she trained me to do home health. And everything I know is because I see nurses now, the way some nurses, not all of them, but a lot of nurses, the way they work, like, holy shit, like, that's. And I'm glad that I was thrown into the hardcore. Like, I was that company that we worked for was hardcore. They still are. That's probably like the best, the hardest company out here. If you want to learn, you work with that company, and you get trained by someone like my ex, and your work ethic will be good. And I feel that I have a really great work ethic. I had one before anyway, but it just got even stronger with being in that environment, being trained by her, and that group that we were with. That was, I couldn't have asked for anything better. So, and does she know? I think she does. I don't think I've told her, but maybe she'll watch this video. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was it for our questions. I hope y'all liked it, and we'll be back soon with another episode.
Maybe we should go deep.
This was pretty deep, I think.
No,
But
it was
yeah,
superficial a little bit.
we can go deeper.
We could have, but we
Yeah.
maybe need to try one.
I think yeah, we'll see next time.
Yeah.
But okay.
See you next
Peace.
time.